France has been mocked for accidentally making a no-deal Brexit inevitable as French President Emmanuel Macron refused to back down over its fishing demands throughout crumbling talks between the UK and EU. Prime Minister Boris Johnson warned the UK will need to prepare for no deal at the end of the Brexit transition period on December 31, despite ramping up efforts to get Brussels to back down by meeting Commission President Ursula von der Leyen this week. He said the current proposals would keep Britain kind of locked in the EU's orbit but insisted negotiators would go the extra mile in trying to get a deal. The two sides have struggled to reach a breakthrough on issues such as the level playing field and fishing, particularly as France threatened to veto a deal if they didn't get their own way over fisheries. The EU contingency proposals for no deal included for Europe's fishing boats to continue having access to UK waters next year, but Mr. Johnson quickly shot this down by saying this would never be accepted by the UK. MP for Poole Robert Sims savaged France for pushing the EU too far over its demands. He tweeted, "A deal was possible a few weeks ago. The French have pushed the EU to move to a position which means no deal is inevitable." Mr. Macron said he still wanted a deal this morning, but added Europeans hadn't chosen for the UK to leave the bloc. He said at the EU summit briefing, "We have a principle, be united. And I stand by that. We have a negotiator, a firm strategy. That means we have had a list of what is acceptable and what is not since the very beginning on fishing, energy, rules of fair competition which defend the integrity of the common market. It's normal that in negotiations where there's a lot of people involved there are rumors, noises, fire and counterfire. I respect all the parties involved and I hope we can agree to a deal that preserves the integrity of the EU, because Europeans haven't chosen Brexit, and that respects our British friends." Paris Europe Minister Clement Beaune refused to back down by saying this week that France's fishermen would not be sacrificed in talks. Mr. Beaune also claimed that Mr. Johnson tried to negotiate directly with Mr. Macron and German Chancellor Angela Merkel, but that the EU rejected such bypassing of the Commission. He said during the European Council summit, "We never gave in to this pressure because our method, the unity of the mandate and the negotiator and the constant full support to Chief EU negotiator Michel Barnier is the key to our success."